Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Bella. I am a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. Today, the video is based for really anybody, but especially if you are a new eBay seller, Poshmark seller, and you're looking for places to start your business going, where can you get items? You have no idea. You're out there just like, lost in the sea of all the things that there are and ways to get inventory. I have a list of 5 things and 5 items and places that you should start looking today, and that will help you get going on your business, okay? So first and foremost, this is where I would start. If you are fresh, you just opened a store, or you've sold a couple of items, or you've sold 200 items, and you're looking not to spend a lot of money to get going, you start with your house. Honestly, that is the best place to start. We all have too much stuff sitting around, accumulating dust, and just we're not going to use it anymore. And really, places to start is your kid's closet, your husband's closet, your closet. Always check with them first and make sure, are you willing to part with this? But children, it's like, yeah, we've outgrown that, so it's time to sell it. That's really when I started doing thrifted items. I did start with my kids' stuff, and I did that because kids are always growing and they don't need it. Shoes especially. I think I started with kids' shoes. Kids items I've found over the years are not the most profitable item, but if you want to start, that's a really great place to start because it's not costing you any money. You're not leaving your house, using gas, going and finding all the things. So really, starting your own house, wardrobes you haven't worn in a while, that's the best way to do it because honestly, starting any business typically costs a lot of money. Starting a reselling business does not have to cost you any money if you don't want it to. Get some natural light and take photos of your items on like a clear white background and you'll be good to go. I use only my iPhone. I have always only used my iPhone. Maybe at some point I'll use something else, but it's the best thing for me to use, honestly, because I find that if you are a new eBay seller, once you have those pictures on your phone, say you're sitting at a doctor's office and you've got some extra time, you can be putting your listings up. Now, if you just have them at home on a different, like a regular camera or something, you wouldn't be able to do that. So that's idea number 1, your house. Look around, find something. I know you will be able to. Okay, number 2. Church sales. I love church sales, church rummage sales. There is a lot of stuff at church rummage sales. I typically go to 10 to 20 church sales in a season. If you're viewing this now in the spring, this is an awesome time. We are about 10 days away from spring when I'm taping this video, and the church sales are going to be aplenty. Especially in my area. I already have dates. I know when they're coming. Ways to look up. You could check out on Facebook. A lot of churches also put signs like in their front yard of, the church, like next to, there might be a fish fry and a rummage sale. So, kind of just, word of mouth. I don't always see posts on Facebook about church sales. So it is a good idea if you have friends in a workout class or at work, that are members of churches, just pick their brain, see when a church sale is. Do they do a church sale? I've also found that in church sales, nobody wants to be known as the person donating something that's not desired. Like, how do I say this? Yeah, I'm more likely to go somewhere like Salvation Army and find something with a stain than a church sale. I'm just going to put it out there because, the people are coming in, the churchgoers and they're donating nice items. You know, they're donating things that they want to make money for their church. And this is a great place to start because most church sales are going to be between, I've seen it as low as 25 cents to $4 to $5 at the most for anything there, unless like they're selling something like a snowblower or a mower. But if you're particularly going to be doing clothing, and that's what I focus on, women's clothing, shoes, sometimes accessories, and sometimes men's stuff, but it's mostly clothing. Church sales is where I would send you right after your house. Like, you've gone through your whole house, there's nothing left to sell right now. I would head to a church sale, get it on the calendar, and typically church sales as well, they, at least in my area, I found the first day they will do the big sale, and the second or the third day they will do something called a bag sale where they will hand you a Walmart plastic bag or whatever bags they have or are using, and any items that you can fit in that bag, they will give you a deep discount, sometimes up to 50% off, or $5 a bag, or $1 a bag. I know in my area, like each day there's one church sale that starts at full price, the next day it's 50% off, and the next day is $1 a bag. So they want to make as much as they can for the church, and you want to make as much as you can as a reseller. So church sales, love it. 3, this may be like something that you may not have thought of, but friends and family. I have been a reseller for many, many years, and I have friends and family that know I do this and offer me their items that they were going to donate. Would you like to go through this first before I donate it? It will cost you nothing. Typically, they're just trying to support your business. If, you know, I'm not pushy at all. Typically what has happened is, just through talking to friends, what I do, I have an eBay store. They will say, hey, I'm putting together a bag, I'm doing some spring cleaning, so right now is a great time to, you know, let people know, your friends and family, I'm doing a reselling business, selling clothes. Do you have anything that you're just getting rid of? If they're not donating it to something like their church, they may feel better about giving it to you to resell rather than give it to the Goodwill or Salvation Army. I have found that I have friends that just reach out and say, hey, I made a bag. Would you like to go through it? Yes. And I always check with friends and family to make sure, like, are you okay with the items that I'm not going to use for my reselling business? Or, you know, if there's something in there I don't want to sell, are you all right with me donating it? You want to make sure, like, they don't necessarily want it back if you don't want it for your business. I have seen that happen before, but I always check and I just say, you know, I take what, you know, a lot of times people just want to make a bag for you and give it to you and have it out of their house. So, but it's good when it's friends and family. You know, your mother-in-law is cleaning out her closet, your aunt is getting ready for an estate sale, but maybe she has a pile of clothing that, you know, a lot of times I find that families with estate sales don't always realize that clothing is worth money. So, yeah, just, Aunt Betty, can I go through some of the clothing before you donate it all? It's just a great way to make money and not either cost you very little or nothing. So, number 4, yard sales. We are also getting into yard sale times, and I should put on here as well, estate sales are also a great idea. I find that yard sales are awesome way to up my inventory. I would say I picked church sales mostly over yard sales, but with yard sales, there's a lot of, I feel like there's room for negotiation. If you're going to a yard sale that has a ton of clothes, something I say a lot when I'm doing that is, if I find a lot of things that I'm interested in, I ask them, would you be all right if I made a pile over here? And if I got, you know, quite a bit, if I got, you know, more than 10 items or 20 items, would you be willing to negotiate a price with me? And when they hear at these yard sales that you are looking to take multiple clothing items off of their hands, usually the answer is yes. I have found, like, a good example is I had a lady that had Eddie Bauer, so much Eddie Bauer. I've never seen so much Eddie Bauer in my life. And I started a pile, and she just went through it, and we negotiated a price, and we were both happy. Most things with clothing, people just want it out of their house. They want to make a little money. These aren't, people doing yard sales, they're not professional resellers. They're just trying to make some money, and, it's like the second to last resort before they're going to donate it for free. So if they can make some money and you can pick out 10 to 20 items, that is awesome. It did take me some time. Sometimes it's hard to be like, would you take a little less? But usually if they see you're gonna get a good amount of items, they're way more likely to work with you. You're getting that item. They don't have to take it back in their house. They don't have to take it to the Goodwill. You are helping them and they are helping you. Okay, and number 5, I put the last but not least, but wintertime, this is where I am sourcing typically. Salvation Army, Goodwill, or local thrift stores. Typically, that's where I find inventory in the winter. In the summertime, I sometimes don't even step foot in the Salvation Army, Goodwill in the summer, because I just have so many options in the summer with church sales, yard sales, and estate sales. But during the winter, I definitely do go to local stores. It's a good idea to check out, like, the local thrift stores will do some deals in the summertime as well, because they do slow down because of yard sales. So I do try to keep an eye on, like, my favorite stores. Are they doing a big rummage sale? Like, Salvation Army will do a big rummage sale in the summer, and I believe they do one in the winter as well in my area. Goodwill, I don't think they do that, but local thrift stores do as well, because their traffic is slowing down a lot because of these sales. So just keep an eye on stuff like that. But these are places, and like with Salvation Army, there are certain tag days that are cheaper items or less money. As much as in my area, 99 cents for certain tags each week. My Salvation Army always has a new tag that changes every week. Well, it's their old stock, but all of those items, say all the yellow items that week, will be 99 cents. And then they pick 2 other colors that are 50% off. And that is at my Salvation Army. Most Salvation Armies, I feel like, do that. And most local thrift stores will have discount days as well. Different times throughout the year. I know one that has 2 tags at all times. It's either 25% off and one is 50% off. It just depends on the store, and it depends on how much items they have, and everybody's different. But Salvation Army is pretty much guaranteed they have those different colors all the time. So, okay, that is my tip. If you're just starting, or you're looking to switch niches in reselling, or you're looking to add clothing to your eBay store, to your selling, Poshmark, wherever you're selling things, those are my top 5 places that I would start to look for sourcing. If you love videos like this, learning about sourcing and eBaying, thrifting, going all the places to find things for your store, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel, Hyper Focus Thrift. I put out 2 to 3 videos per week about my thrifting adventures and what's selling, and I'd love to help you. You all help me as well learn about reselling. We can always learn something from each other. So subscribe, send this video to a friend if you think it would help them. And I thank you all for making this far. I hope you all have a great day and happy thrifting.